We speak with lots of potential Shopify clients who come to us and say that their ads are not working on Facebook or Google or TikTok or Pinterest or whatever platform. They say their ads are not working. And so what we have here in this video are 10 different ways you can troubleshoot your ads to try to get them back on track. Now, there's lots of different ways you can look at your advertising. There are lots of things to consider when your ads aren't performing. We're going to run through 10 top things that you can do to look into your ads to find out what's going on. So let's kick it off. Number one, make sure your ads have been running long enough and you've spent enough budget and have enough data flowing through that advertising account to make sure that you actually know that the ads are not working. Let's say if you've spent $1,000 on Google Ads and you're running a search-based campaign and you have 20 different keywords that you're running across, right? So $1,000, 20 different keywords, and you've spent $50 per keyword. Well, what if your cost per acquisition is $200? Maybe you're selling a product for $1,500 or $2,000, and your average cost to acquire a new customer is $200. Well, if you've been running only $50 against each keyword, even though you've spent $1,000 on Google Ads, you haven't spent enough at the granular level for each keyword to know that your ads aren't working yet. So it's important to hone in and drill down to the granular level of your ads and really find out if you spent enough budget and you have enough data to know if your ads truly are not working. So that's the first thing. Find out if you actually have a problem. If you do, then move on to the second step. Next thing is diagnose the issue on platform. So whichever platform you're running ads against, look at things like CPM. How expensive is the inventory you're getting across? If it's too expensive, that's obviously going to affect your CPA and your ROAS. Look at your CPC. If your cost per click is too high, that is a different problem. Maybe your assets aren't strong enough or your hook isn't strong enough and people are not clicking through, which is definitely going to affect your CPA and your ROAS. Look at your hook rate for any video assets you're running. That's typically the amount of people who are watching the first few seconds of your video and what that looks like as a percentage. If it's too low, that means it's not compelling enough. People aren't going to watch. People aren't going to click through or engage, or you're not going to build up enough awareness. And over time, you're not going to be able to convert people at a profitable level. Look at your CPA and your ROAS. Those are two of the most important metrics for any e-commerce business. Cost per acquisition and return on ad spend. Each of those different metrics, depending on what they look like, could yield to a different way to troubleshoot, but that's where you want to start. Typically, you want to start with ROAS, move down to CPA, and then look at the other metrics from there to figure out what is truly the problem and then fix that specific thing. Number three, once you've diagnosed on platform, then you want to look at things off platform. So you can look at Google Analytics. You can get heat mapping software on your Shopify store. You can look at your chatbot messages or your customer service inquiries and see what people are saying, see how people are interacting. If your advertising is just doing okay and you realize your bounce rate is super high or the engagement level is too low, it might just mean that you're not getting in front of the right audience. So that's a nice way to troubleshoot as well. Fourth thing to do, look at your offer. Make sure your offer is compelling enough. If you run a luxury brand and all you're doing is sending out discount messages or discount promotions, that might not resonate because a lot of people who are looking for luxury goods, discounts aren't as important as the cachet of having that luxury item. Discounts might work better for products that are targeting a different audience segment. So you really need to understand the offer you are promoting and make sure it's in line with your audience and your brand. After that, look at the creative. Creative is incredibly important. If you're just running boring product images and they're not getting much engagement, that's going to have an impact all the way down the line. So you got to look at creative and figure out how you can get more creative with it and get better assets for your business. Next up, we see this all the time. Look at the goal. So if you're running Meta ads or Google ads or ads on any platform, and let's say you were just trying to drive traffic and you've got a goal based on clicks, but you're really looking for sales, then maybe it's not the right goal. Maybe that platform is sending people to your site that have a high propensity to click, but don't have a high propensity to purchase. So set the goal towards what you really are looking for. And if you're looking for purchases or you're looking for high purchase value or ROAS, set that at the right target. And just understand you might need to step ladder it. You might need to start with driving traffic. Then once you get enough traffic and you get some conversions, then you might need to update your goal to conversions. Once you get enough conversions, you might then be able to set cost caps or set a ROAS target. So you might need to step ladder it if it's a new account. If it's an account that's been running for a while, set the goal for what you are actually looking for. Otherwise, it's one of those old sayings: you get what you pay for. You also get what you set the goal for. So make sure you have the right goal so the platform can put your ads in front of the right people. Make sure you're running across the right platform. So if you have a product set that doesn't get much search demand, then maybe Google is not the right place for you to be running your ads. If you have a product that isn't visually compelling, you don't have a good visual story to tell, and it's not appealing when people see it in a post and it's interrupting their feed, maybe Facebook or Instagram is not the right place. So understand that every platform has pros and cons, and you need to find the platform that's the best fit for your brand based on the assets you have, the resources available, your target audience, search intent, and lots more. Make sure your landing pages. Number 8, make sure your landing page is solid. You can have a great ad with a great offer and you're targeting the right audience, but when they get to your site, if it takes forever for the site to load and your landing page is not built out well, you don't have a strong product page, people are not going to purchase. So tied to that, number 9, make sure there's social proof on the site. You want to have lots of customer reviews. You want to have enough trust on your landing page and your product page so people are willing and happy to part with their hard-earned money in exchange for the product, and they don't feel like they're going to get scammed. So make sure you have lots of trust and social proof on the site. And last up, number 10, make sure that there's marketplace demand for your product. If you're just launching a new product and you run ads and your ads aren't working, it might not be the ads, it might be the product. So that's when you need to go back to the drawing board, get customer feedback from the marketplace, really assess if your product is solving a need in the marketplace and if your product is worth the money that you are charging for it, and go back to the drawing board, get customer feedback, and really find out if what you're selling is something that people are really looking to purchase. And if not, just adjust. Create something that people are looking for. Don't build a Me Too product, a product that everybody else is selling. Create a product that people will have a need for and will happily pay good money for. So there you have it, 10 different ways to troubleshoot your ads if they're not working. Number 1, make sure you have enough data for each segment to truly know if your ads aren't working. Number 2, diagnose the issue on platform. Look at ROAS, CPA, CTR, CPC, hook rate. 3, diagnose off platform. That can be Google Analytics. It could be heat mapping on your Shopify store. It could be looking at your chatbot messages. Number 4, look at your offer. Number 5, look at your creative. Number 6, did you set the right goal in that platform? Number 7, are you advertising on the right platform? Number 8, look at your landing pages. That's super important. Number 9, social proof and trust on your landing page. Do you have enough? Or when people land on your product page, is it just crickets? Nobody has seen that anybody else has purchased that product. You need to build trust. And number 10, maybe it's not the ads, maybe it's your product. So make sure you have demand for your product. Once you do that, once you establish true marketplace fit, everything else becomes easier. So if you don't have marketplace fit and demand, go back to the drawing board and then launch ads once you have something people are truly willing to pay for. We hope that helps. Those are 10 different ways you can look at your ads and get them back on track. If you need help growing your Shopify sales in the new year, contact our team at Brand Hopper Digital. All we do is grow Shopify stores day in and day out through lots of different strategies and tactics, including tons of paid advertising. We'd love to connect with you. Contact our team and book a free strategy call today. Thanks, and we'll see you on the other side.